Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Oh my goodness, my camera. I tried to reset everything last night, so hopefully the audio is good for you guys today. And I do have Trendspider up in the background because I got my awesome Trendspider swag, a nice Trendspider hat, and of course, safety with my Trendspider mask. So I want to know, whoever's out there, can you hear me well today? How's the audio? Because I did mess around with the streaming, and in fact I had to, hey Asap, can you hear me? How's the sound? Audio is good? Okay, cool. Hey Elena. So I do have my Trendspider stuff up today as a thank you from them for sending it over to me, and we'll go ahead and get into the market for today. Oops, I forgot to pull up my charts. I had them over on the other screen. I shut everything down, make sure there's no issues. Thank you, Asif. All right, let's go ahead, and for whatever reason, when I rebooted everything, also the computer decided to reset my broadcasting software. So let's check it all out. I've got this down over here. I'm going to shrink. I've changed the viewing a little bit. Let me know what you guys think of the overlap right there. If you like it or not, I can change it back. You know what? If I wear the hat, it's going to block the light. See? I could wear the hat, but then you guys can see my face. So it's pretty cool. I'll wear this when I go running. All right. So let's get into the SPY. I was messing around with GAN today, playing around with it. I haven't read the book yet, but I was starting to play around with the GAN software. So you guys can see, I just threw a GAN on there. I don't know GAN, I'm just playing around with it. Now again, I'm going to put it on a single chart over here because it looks like it's having a hard time loading. So if we eliminate all the resources, that will likely help us here. I also discovered that my computer, I was looking into adding RAM to it. I'm likely going to have to get a new computer at some point because this one, $9. Awesome, Asif. So I've got my list over here as well. Nike was rocking it today from the open, had, it gapped up, and then there was a bit of a pullback pre-market. And you can see it ended up being a short from the bull flag that's set up. There's a potential for them to come down, potentially down here, 124.56. I also have up Trendspider over here. So I have to update the chart for some reason. Oh, that was just the chart that I created this morning and I shared. But you can see it pretty much came down to 387.52. So when we look at Tesla, it came down and it's actually below that now at 386. Down here we had this wedge. It broke out from the wedge. It has pulled back, even though we did have Tesla with the battery day yesterday. And is this going to be somewhat like a double top where it's going to find support down here at 375? There's potential for that. It's starting to curl down. We're starting to see the DMI that it's going to. Nice, Asif. We will look at it later, all right? We've also got Yandex. So pretty much everything in the market is really pulling back just like the indexes. Yandex opened up high, pulled back on the day. Johnson & Johnson had a run up and then pulled back as well. Right here, we're hanging out around the moving averages. There might be some movement to the upside. We shall see. GE as well had big movement. This one does have some dividends that will be coming up, so maybe there's some trading, but you can see this has pretty much been in a downward trend for the past couple of months, right? It's just been trending down. Yeah, I will add SPI and Sava. My pleasure. I will add those on to look at today. And to be honest, I am tired and sleepy, just more watching everything today. Yep, nice. We will look at all that. AAPL has been coming down. We broke below the moving averages. We were looking at this one yesterday as well. Hey, if this breaks below 1208, then likely a next test down, likely over here around roughly 1120 area. Tesla as well, we were talking about that. Pull it back up really quickly here. It has come down. Now, is it going to end up closing back up above, right above here, right above 400 today? There is that possibility, and it would be back in this wedge still again. So keeping it on watch for the bigger move. It depends on where we close for today, what will be the biggest move. If it comes back up, they could potentially take it back up here, and then boom, all of those shorts that they're sucking in at the moment, they could go ahead and they could squeeze them. If we are able to even close above 403.61, there's a good possibility that that was consolidation to buy, and it's testing that high of this candle right here, and also came down and tested the low of this candle. So we're bouncing off of this area over here. Potential move maybe to the upside. We'll see if they squeeze those shorts, or we are in this bit of a wedge from this day and yesterday. If we wanted to turn it here, it would be just a little bit sharper, the lows. Yeah, so we would need to really close above that 400 mark to really be substantial. It might pull back. You know what? Let's go ahead and do, I like the anchored VWAP as well from Brian Shannon. So if you guys do not know Brian Shannon, he does run Alpha Trends and develop the anchor VWAP. So we have that here. We can put it on right here on this day, and we are below that for the anchored VWAP there. Obviously, we are below it from the high of the year. Now, I might go and see if we can put another one right here, still above that. And let's check down here. On that day, it's not letting me try it. Let's do that one as a purple. All right, so that anchored VWAP, we're below all the others at the present time. So I'm going to, if we're able to close above, let's zoom it in here. If we're able to close above 404.41, potential move to the upside. Otherwise, there's the downward movement 362 and potentially on down to 351 down here. So I will remove this one. I'm going to remove that one. Actually, no, I'll leave that one. I will remove this one right here. And you can also see how it bounced off of it here, bounced off of it here, came down. They used it as support right here. Are they going to bring it back down over here as well? All right, Apple. Let's check out Apple as well. So Apple has had some price activity. Oh, see, I was playing around as well with the GAN over here. No idea what I'm doing with it. That's why I need to study it and check it out. We are in a bit of a downward channel, bounced over here. Let's throw on some anchor VWAPs as well. On the chart here, we have this one. It will calculate it. So that's purple. We are down below that one there. And let's go down to the next low. Many times when Brian does put these on the chart, he's looking for the lows and the highs, right? So if we put this one on here, let's change the color of it because I can't see where it is. That's all the way down here at 91. So we're going to see, are we going to be able to close above this 50 simple moving average? Were they selling up here at the 50 simple moving average over the past couple of days? We shall see. The stochastics look like there's a potential move for a bigger upside. And when we do, oh yeah, he created another one, Asa. If we look again at equity clock, oh, I should have just gone right there. I saw the comparative. And you guys come down and click on comparative over here. So here, when we're looking at, oh, that's post-election year, excuse me. We need to see 4-year cycle. So 4-year cycle, September tends to draw down the end of the month, and then it shoots up into the first 2 weeks of October. So we might see that it's pulling back down right here, and then we'll have a bounce to the upside. All right, let's get back to the charts. UBS. So with UBS, short right off of the day. Now, honestly, most of the stocks on my list today were red on the day, just like the indexes. Everything is pretty much trading sympathetically right now. And we have Workhorse came down, testing the 15 exponential moving average and bounced up a little bit, and Oracle pulling back as well right here. All right, so let's look at SPI. I know you wanted to look at that ASIP. So it was this one. Oh, yeah, this one just broke out like crazy. And let's put it on a 5-minute chart to really check it out to see how it was trading. So you can see these moving averages. If you were to just follow and say, hey, I'm going to wait until it tells me to get out, if you've gotten in early, if you've gotten in back here above the $2 break, which was a resistance level from the past, well, you could have taken a nice $1.30 if you'd waited and said, I'm going to wait for it to come back to that 20, and then you could have gotten in. Or you could have waited and said, hey, you know what, it's holding this area right here, and I'm going to wait for it to break above. Boom, you get in at 340 and ride it all the way up. So nice one. I did not see that or trade that today. And Sava. So Sava to the downside today. Let's pull it back. It is below one of my favorites, the 425. Let's add it on a 45-minute chart. So on a 45-minute chart, it's coming down. It broke below the 50 simple moving average. Potential move down here to 967, came down to 976, so just 9 cents away from there. So you might see continuation for it to come down right here. Also 975 was a low prior, so probably people saw that and said, hey, I'm going to buy it just a penny above. I feel like I'm really washed out with the light here. There, that's a little better. All right. Any other ones that you guys want to look at? Yeah, it must be a low float for SPI for that reason of being a crazy runner. Do you guys have any other stocks that you would like to look at? Let's look at Amazon as well, because that is a major holding as well in the SPY. When we look at the SPY right now, you can see, all right, we came up, almost broke above the 425 EMA over here. And let's go to the Qs. It's taking a little bit of time to load today. There we go. I did have my internet go in and out today for a split second, like lost power, just a microsecond, but it really messed everything up. Facebook as well had a bit of a pullback today, but now we're bouncing off of the 50 simple moving average. I'm starting to see a couple patterns where we might have the potential for upside down head and shoulders. So that might be setting up on some of these Q stocks. So let's see if I can still see it on Apple. CRMD or CRWD, Kyle. Here we also, you see how Apple could potentially be setting up for an upside down head and shoulders right here. See, like it's just disappearing. I didn't even make that other line disappear. But right over here around 108.65, as long as we can hold that, to me, Apple looks like it's setting up for an upside down head and shoulders on the 45-minute chart. I'll look at BA Kawakawa, and also I'll add CRMD. Oops, see, my mind wanted to put the W in there for crowd stock. Oops, I put them on the bottom. All right, so we're going to CRMD. All right, CRMD looks like it had a nice run up here, came back similar. It's bouncing off of this area. Stochastics are looking like potential move. Let's look at the time frame on the 5-minute chart and see if any volume came in down here at $5. If this is one that has been above $5 for a long time, no, it was down below. So up here, we hit that 425 EMA. We are below that, all of that candlestick, right? Or below the body of it. So there's a good chance that that was selling right here. If we are able to go back above and close above 568, nice potential long. And this time it looks like it has a gap to fill to the downside of 485 if it can break that $5 level, and also that is the exponential moving average right here. And Boeing. You know what, Kawa? Boeing is really subsidized by the government, right? Like, they build so many things, war times, they build things for within the government, they build airplanes, engines, all sorts of stuff. Now, it has just been downtrending since we hit up here, right? And we're below the moving averages again. There's a chance that it could potentially break down below 153.41. If it did that, it would really pull back on the Dow, and I would look for a test of 135 at that point, right? So I would keep a watch on it. It is looking, you know, a bit oversold down here on the stochastics, but I would need, as far as getting into it longer, I would need for it to really break above 172.30, and then there'd be a nice $20 trade to the upside right there. Yes, I know Interactives did request more margin requirement from their clients. Yes, expecting big volatility in the upcoming months. And let's check out VXX on that. So VXX, we did have some price action yesterday, and we are below it again today. So looking to see if they were selling. Every time that we have been hitting the 21 EMA, it's really acted as resistance. We went there, but we did not close above. If we close below, hello, Beef Entertainment, how's it going? I got the volume fixed. I figured out how to turn it up. In fact, do you guys need it louder, or is it good? Because I can make it louder if you need that. So let me know. Here we go. See, I can make it louder. Whoops. That's not the one that I wanted, though. Okay, tell me if you guys... It's not even an option. Very weird. Okay, I'm not messing with it now. Right now it's coming out of my camera, which is not what I want. But whatever, you guys can hear me, so that's all that matters. And so VXX right here, if we close, I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right here, because I want to see if we close below this low, 25.11. If we close below 25.11, then there's a good chance that we are going to be heading higher in the market. I know everybody is probably saying, Jane, what are you talking about? How could you possibly think that we're going higher? Everything is red on the day. But usually when everybody's feeling that pain, and if you guys also use FinViz, you can check and see. It's probably the heat map for FinViz is probably all red today. I love this heat map. So if we go to the heat map, you can see, okay, pretty much everything in the market is red today, except for Johnson & Johnson, the healthcare sector. That's pretty much it. Okay, McDonald's, the restaurants, Starbucks, Nike is doing really well, up 10%, and obviously SPI, the alpha stocks. You do have some alpha stocks when the market is going down, but everything for the most part looks like it's really pulling back. So sometimes that can be good buying opportunities when it shows that it's on the upward swing. So know that you want to wait for that signal of the volume, the buying, the dark pools, going above dark pool levels. And if you guys do not know anything about dark pools, come over and check it out at thedarkpools.com and the training pit. I do help teach in there 2 times a week. And really, Costco, Walmart's not down too much. Dollar General, Dollar Tree is up a little bit. So there are going to be some. ASIF, no. You would need to have a margin account to short a stock, because shorting a stock is in essence borrowing that stock from your broker on a credit agreement, and then you repay it back with the stock. You could potentially take a short position expecting a stock to go down with a put or options, but you are not allowed to short a stock without having a margin account. All right. You think that the entire market momentum was sent over here to SPI? I totally missed it. I didn't have my scanner up. And out of curiosity, we can go right here and see the float as well. SPI, 7.2 million. So 7.2 million, and today the volume was 221 million. So a lot of people definitely have been trading it. Could have another move coming, actually. Let's go right here. Let's draw a little trend line, which it's just breaking right now. Would need to have volume come into it, which it is coming in right at the moment. So now we're going to have another move, maybe on up to $10 up there. You'd have to check the level 2 as well to see what's going on. Yeah, you know what? Stock has to have at least 8 million for it to be optionable. So a lot of the lower float stocks that do not have more than 8 million are not able to have options on it. If you wanted to short it, the only way would be with the stock. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Have an amazing afternoon. I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15. And thank you guys for your patience yesterday with the audio. I might play around with it a little bit more because I think it's set to my camera, and I don't want it to be set to my camera as a microphone because I have a nice mic. All right, see you all tomorrow. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. Bye.